Hello everyone. So today we will be focusing on a new career opportunity, which is company secretary. So what is this company secretary? What is the role of a company secretary? I'm here with the most charming, dynamic CS, Sunita Mohanty. She is the first lady practicing company secretary in Odisha, and we are very keen to know that what is this profession all about and how one can apply for this, what are the qualifications that one needs to have so that they can become a successful company secretary like CS Sunita Mohanty. So ma'am, we would like to know for all our students that what can they do to be a successful company secretary like you.
Thank you, Kapila, for giving this opportunity and speaking about company secretary. Friends, company secretary is a statutory body which under the aegis of Parliament, which is under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So this career opportunity, as Kapila has taken a new initiative of making everyone aware, the students who are the future of India, Odisha, I can say, about different professions. Company secretary is a profession, we tell it is a professional body, in fact, and a person or a student who wants to study company secretary can do it after passing the +2, that is 10 plus 12, or can do it after graduation, that is +3, which we tell now. So when he does it after +2 or 12, then he has to go through a foundation course, and after graduation he can take this as a full-time career course. What is a company secretary? Company secretary is a person who is only has been mentioned in the statutory authority that a company is mandatory to keep a company secretary. It's the only profession which is mandatorily written that when you have a capital, then you have to keep a company secretary. So for a company secretary, there are two options. After you pass out, either you can practice or you can be in employment. We have to choose either one. So when you are in employment, this is the best profession for everyone. In fact, more for girls, because they are directly reporting to the CEO, Managing Director and Chairman. They are under that. This is the only profession where you are allowed to enter the boardroom, because you are the person who will conduct the board meetings, which is generally happens in a company, and you look after the statutory and legal affairs of the company. There are other options that if you are not into employment, then you can practice. When you are in practice, you can give your services to number of companies. As a secretarial auditor, as a SEBI auditor, when the company is listed, there are certain SEBI requirements which can be given by company secretary practice only. The turning point of company secretary came in the year 2013 when the new Companies Act was formed. So the importance of company secretary, my dear friends, is a very, very good option for choosing it as a career, because once you are through it, you are directly sitting with the management, and the demand and supply ratio in India is a lot. If there are you can say 12 lakh companies, then the company secretaries are 7 lakhs or 8 lakhs. So the demand and supply ratio, none of the person who passes company secretary remains idle. So this is the best career opportunity. And yes, we have chapters in different states. In Odisha, we have a chapter in Bhubaneswar, and we are under directly through the from Delhi, which is the head office. We have a head office there, and person who wants to pursue company secretary goes to the chapter. There are also trainings and classes held for students. There are several activities, trainings given to the students. So we have executive and final. So once you are passing the executive, you go to the final, and then once you are qualified as a final, you take an internship or you do management your internship course with a company secretary in practice or in a company secretary in employment.
So, ma'am, I would like to know that what is the difference between a lawyer and a legal advisor, which you said that is job of company secretary. So what is the difference, that why should not one apply to become a lawyer and why company secretary? What is the difference between both of them?
Very good questions. So company secretary, I'll tell, when we were pursuing company secretary, and anyone pursues company secretary can also pursue LLB, that's law. which I have done. I'm also a lawyer by profession. But once you're qualified, you can choose either one to practice. Either you can be a lawyer or you can be a company secretary. Who is a lawyer? Lawyer only presents himself in the court. So in certain cases like NCLT, even though we are company secretary, we take a lawyer's help to admit our cases there. But for a company secretary, it's just the secretarial legal part of companies they look after, and lawyer sees the civil, criminal aspects of law, and they go to the High Court to practice. We practice in the either we are in employment in a company, and I will say that in big companies like Reliance, Infosys, they are not one company secretary. There are a lot of company secretaries. Even if you say the Navratna company, Nalco here, they have got 6 company secretaries. Infa has got 8 company secretaries. After that also they require the services of a company secretary in practice.
So why there is, I might be wrong, but you have to correct, because I think this wrong notion has been carried by a lot of people like me. So why it is said that like Institute of Chartered Accountant, they have a limited percentage, so that there will be limited chartered accountants who will be passing out. So similarly, there is a percentage here in CS also, CS course, am I right?
Yes.
So why is that so? If there is demand, then why not percentage of passing out of the students? In the sense, the percentage, the number of students who will be passing out CS should be increased. Why there is a cap to it?
Said the CA, CS and ICWA, these are all professional courses. So once you are out of it, you are advising a company. So the percentage is less because they see that the person who comes out advises the managing director, advises the CEO, advises the chairman. So he should be capable enough and have some knowledge, should be knowledge enough, have some knowledge enough to advise them. So they don't pass out in gathers, But yes, the percentage was first was 6%, 8%.
Right.
Now it is up to 40% of results happening now, even in chartered accountants and company secretaries. Percentage is increasing as a lot of startups are coming, lot of companies are coming where there is a mandatory requirement of company secretary. So the passing out is coming now, percentage is increasing, but always the institute sees before passing that even when the person is passing out, see that he is the best to guide once he passes out. That's the reason why there's a capping on it.
So my next question is about your journey, about your story. We will have a quick recap of your journey and what had been your favorite story when you were a child.
So my story was very different because I always thought to become a doctor, but I landed up becoming the doctor of companies. So after completing my science graduation, I was not aware of this course at all, but one of my cousins and my father insisted me to take up this course. And when I started this journey, that time the percentage of passing was very less. It was a difficult journey. I never knew that there's a failure in exam, and the professional exam is that you fail and then you pass so that you are robust when you come out of it. So my journey after passing out, I got an offer of job, but somehow in my mind I always wanted to be independent. So I started my own practice, being the first lady company secretary in practice in Odisha, when there was no one to practice, and most of the people didn't know what is company secretary. Way back in 2001, it has been 19 years plus journey now. The journey was very full of up and downs, but I really enjoyed it. And my story, always I used to watch Mr. Ratan Tata speaking and Sudha Murthy speaking. I think Sudha Murthy's, every time all the small stories I've read, that was very inspiring to me. Yes, with that I started my journey, and it has been 19 years now. We have 4 partners in our firm, and maybe one of the biggest in Eastern India, having 4-5 partners in the firm, and we are doing good now.
Now coming to the interview part of the candidate, when he comes for an interview in a company, what kind of questions are being asked to the candidate, so that all the students will be prepared for that as well right from the beginning?
See, as we are a professional body, knowledge is very important. So how many board meetings will you held? What is the loans the company need to take? These all are theoretical, which we read, which we study. But what a company looks for when the person comes for interview is how you are presenting yourself and how confident you are. Because in a boardroom there will be 12 directors and you will be the company secretary. You get the job and you are the first conducting, because the company secretary conducts the meeting. So that time your body language, your confidence, your skills is very important. That's the reason why during the course of company secretary we also have a practical training in with a company secretary in practice or with a company secretary in employment, so that we also know that, because knowledge, those who will pass, they'll have knowledge, but your skills of presenting it, that is what an interviewer looks for when a company secretary student passes and goes to give me.
So that was CS Sunita Mohanty for you, and I hope she has answered a lot of your queries that might be going on in your mind. Should you have any more queries, please don't feel hesitant to contact us. We are always there to help you out. So please do contact us, inbox us your queries, and you will hear everything right from the horse's mouth, right from the expert who is here with us, Mrs. CS Sunita Mohanty, and she's a wonderful person and she has been really successful, and we really wish you all the best, ma'am. Thank you so much for sparing out time for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Kapila.